practice the homework so that the students who are absent get a little extra practice. Okay?
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So, you make it a little bigger so we can all see it. Okay, the first step, who remembers the first step from yesterday's lesson when doing a long division problem? Daniela.
You put the dot?
Good try.
No. You skip count.
You skip count, okay? Now we can go ahead and pop our decimal right up, can't we? But we're going to skip count right now. We skip count by the divisor. And I had someone in block 1 say they were going to skip count by the 5. So were they a little bit confused?
Yeah.
You have to skip count by the divisor. And remember, don't write too big. I'm going to put it over here.
What number shall we stop at?
Just stop at 3 times 9.
Okay. It's 27.
Right. Okay, once we have that done, we can do what Daniela said and do the dots, okay? So I don't know if my dots are the right size. I'm going to see. My dots need to be the number in the division sign. So the number with the decimal needs to be my dots. We call it the dividend. Do you remember that yesterday about the doghouse?
Yeah. No,
Hunter, did I say that on the video?
I didn't watch it.
Why not?
Huh?
You missed
I asked
a
my
really
mom.
good story.
I asked my mom. She
Okay,
said no.
all right. She didn't think you need to watch it, huh? Well, it's a good thing we're reviewing today.
Tell me about this story though.
Oh, I will later. Not while I'm recording though, okay?
Okay.
All right. So I got it set up. I'm going to do the entire place value chart first. Then we'll go over to standard algorithm, okay? So, am I on red pen? Okay. So the first thing I want to do is look at this 5. I've got to put it into 3 groups. So which multiple over to the side is closest to 5 without going over? 3. So the 1 beside the 3 tells us how many will be in each group.
What?
Okay, just a minute. So when I am finished writing down 1 dot in each box, then I'm going to look back at the number I circle, and that's how many I'm going to subtract. So I'll cross off 3.
Then you keep 1. You take them both to.
Okay, let me say it. I'm really proud of you, Xavier, for knowing what to do. So he said, we're going to take those 2 left over, those are the remainder, to the 10th place, okay? It's just 20 dots, and if you're using your highlighter, it's not going to take you very long.
Oh, we knew
Okay, so this is 20 plus 2 more.
22.
So Louise, which multiple of 3 is closest to 22 without going over?
21.
21. So the number beside 21 tells us how many will be in each group. Remember, write your dots like they would be on a tens frame. And how many am I going to subtract? 21.
Oh. So we move that one?
Yes, so then you'll just move 1 over to the next column, to the hundredths place. Trade it in for 10 hundredths. So how many do I have in the hundredths place now?
14.
Okay, so once you get 14 in the hundredths place, we'll move on. But I want to make sure everyone is there.
Hang on 20 seconds.
Okay,
Wait, how many there?
should be 14 because you had 4 and you're adding 10 more.
Okay. Almost.
So Hunter Williams, I'm going to ask you, which multiple of 3 is closest to 14 without going over?
12.
Okay,
So we would write 4 in each.
4 in each group. And how many will I cross off? How many will I subtract?
12.
12.
So you have 2 more. 20 again.
20 again. I'd like to just copy and paste those, but let's not be lazy.
There's so much.
Oh, that's nice. How many thousands do I have, Daniela?
21.
So how many will be in each group? 7.
Again.
You're right, again.
So you would cross
Oops.
off all of them.
So cross off all 21 because that's the number I need to subtract.
Okay.
It's okay. You have this on your exit ticket. It's important that you know what you're doing.
My hand hurts actually. The answer is.
Okay, so now let's not talk about the answer yet. Let's do standard algorithm. So I'm going to divide just into the 5 for now. Okay? And we actually already have our numbers circled over to the side, so that's not going to be hard at all. So the first one, the number closest to 5 is 3, so how many will be in each group? And I subtract what number?
3. That'd be 2. Bring down your 2.
Okay, before I bring down the 2, I have to check. Is
Yes.
2 less than the divisor?
Yes.
Okay, so bring down the 2.
I forgot McDonald's. Wait, so your 2 has to be less than the divisor? Hi.
Yes, that's called checking. Okay, so 22, what did we circle?
21.
21. So how many will be in each group?
7.
7. What number do I subtract?
21.
Bring down the 4 and 4.
Okay, before I bring down the 4, what do I do?
Check.
Check. Is 1 less than my divisor?
Yeah.
So bring down my 4.
Oh, I already know. And put 12.
Okay, wait a minute. So 12 is the next number we circled, correct? How many will be in each group? 4. What number do I subtract? Okay, and is it okay to bring my 1 down?
Yes.
How do you know?
Because
2 is less than the divisor. So now, I'll go back to 21. How many will be in each group? And I'm not going to write anymore because I'm going to run into my next problem if I do. But I guess I could write it really small, couldn't I? There. Okay, so that's a whole problem. So what we're going to do now is, I'm going to help you get B all set up, and you're going to try the place value chart by yourself. Okay? All right. So let's get B all set up, and then I'm going to pause it while you try the place value chart by yourselves. Okay, so first thing, what's my divisor?
4.
So I skip count by, you have to go all the way to 32.
What is 36?
Well, this time it's 32, if you want to save yourself some time. Okay, and since I'm dividing by 4,
4 columns.
I need 4 rows below my double line. So what's the easiest way to do that, boys and girls? Like split this in half and then divide
Those in half.
those in half. And that'll give you 4 rows. And then make sure you've got the correct dividend on your place value chart. That's the biggest, longest number. Sometimes it's not the largest though, is it?
No.
So right now we're saying it's the number with the decimal. It goes in the doghouse. That's my story, Hunter. I'll tell you about it later. Okay, so I'm going to give you a little bit of time to work on this. Here's what they did in block 1. They started in with their dots and they completely forgot about the skip counting over here. Is this like the answers? Yeah, so use it. We took all the time to write it. Use it. Circle.
Pretty close.
Okay, so let's divide 5 into 4 groups. And that's going to be circle the 4. How many will be in each group?
1.
Thanks for helping me with this recording, boys and girls.
Yep.
How many will I cross off?
4.
Good, okay. Then regroup 1. 1 to the tenths place. Trade it in for 10 tenths. Okay, how many tenths do I have now?
13.
13. So what number do I circle? 12. How many will be in each group?
3.
How many will I cross off?
12.
12. Okay, 1 remaining. Trade it in for
10.
okay, so how many hundredths?
17.
17. What do I circle?
16.
How many will be in each group?
How many?
4.
Let's go.
How many do I cross off?
16. Once leave.
Good.
You got 12. So 3 again.
Okay. Whoops.
I got 1 wrong. That's it.
You did great. Cross off all 12. Should have no remainders. Okay, let's get ready for the standard algorithm. I know some of you already did it. Let's do this real quick.
got this one. That's it.
Good job. Okay, so on the standard algorithm, just looking at the 5 first. How many will be in each group?
1.
What do I subtract?
4. Equals 1.
Is 1 less than my divisor of 4?
Yes.
So bring down the 3.
12.
So I have 13. We circled a 12. How many in each group?
3.
Has to be directly above the number I brought down. So subtract 12 and get, is 1 less than my divisor? Okay, now I have 17. We circled 16. How many will be in each group? We had a 1 every time, didn't we?
Yeah.
12 again. How many in each group? Okay, that's Mrs. Lewis' way of dividing.
This is easy now. Last year I thought it was super hard.
I know.